Hello, fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today to kit up my Spangler kit that I'm going to be doing for this quarter. So I have 4 Spanglers left, and I'm trying to complete one each quarter this year. So this is the one I'm going to be doing for the second quarter, called Afternoon Tea. Just this cute little dragling with the pillow, the little sugar bowl, making a cup of tea. This one is round. It is kind of big, 56 by 69, but I think it will be okay. I'm going to be kitting it up in my Elizabeth Ward container. So I've got my Elizabeth Ward funnel here. I did have a slight issue with the stickers, and that is that they are miscut. So I don't know if you can see, but like the symbol is cut in half on some of them, as well as like this one here. And so are the DMC numbers. So I went ahead and marked the ones. I've pulled out ABs that I'm going to be adding. So then I just took it over to my printer slash scanner slash copier and copied it. And then I cut it down, and I'm going to run it through my Xyron to make my own stickers since I can't use these. So for those of you who don't have one of these, this is the Xyron sticker maker. You can get them at most craft stores. You can get it on Amazon. You just have this little roll of sticker tape. You run the papers through here, pull, and voila, it makes a sticker for you. So I'm going to do that. Okay, there's one. The Xyron can be a little finicky sometimes. It wants to put things at an angle. So you can see here it starts out in the middle and then it angles over that way. I don't really know why it does that. I try to keep it from doing that. And so now I've got my stickers. I'm going to go get my smaller scissors because I need to now cut all of these. And I did this wrong again. When will I ever learn what I need to do before I go get my smaller scissors? I wanted something to hang on to, but I should have put this on, cut it off before I put it on there. So now it's going to be a pain. But what I really should do is pull this off so that the sticker is up like that, and then cut this. I should have cut this before I made this, ran it through the Xyron, but what's going to happen is on this one, I'm going to have to cut all the way through, which will be annoying, whereas on this one I can cut all the way through and still have this to hang on to. So I should have done that from the beginning. The problem is that I don't use my Xyron a ton, so I forget when I don't use it. All right, let me go grab my other scissors. So I like to use these small scissors because when I haven't forgotten what I'm doing, instead of cutting all the way through like I'm going to have to with this one. See, now I've got to try and peel these off. I did leave a little bit of a lip on the edge, so I guess there's that. I'm going to wait and cut those. Let me cut all these first. The way it should work, like on this one, if I've done it correctly, is I just cut all the way through. So I have my sticker, but I actually don't mind making my own stickers this way. It's kind of fun to make my own stickers, but I will say this is the first time I've ever had anything from Diamond Art Club that was miscut like this. I could have contacted them, I suppose, and asked them to send me the correct ones, but I just decided, you know what, I'm just going to do it this way because I don't like waiting. So I'm going to cut the first 3 off of this one because they are my ABs. So I'm going to use these 3 little containers here. I have washi tape on all of the other ones, but on these I just put them on there. And my Xyron is good enough that they don't usually stick. Shouldn't have an issue there. At least I have a little bit of this sticker backing that I can peel off so that I can hold on to something, because when I don't have that, trying to put them on there is kind of crazy. All right, number 1 is the green. And I have pulled, oh, no static. I have pulled the other ABs that I'm going to be using. So I have, I think, 6 or 7 other ABs I'm going to use. I was wondering if I was going to have any static with this kit. I think this is one of my oldest kits now. Hopefully you guys are not hearing any of the outside noise. It sounds like they're having a drag race down the street. That's kind of annoying. All right, so there are the 3 ABs that came with the kit. Okay. And I kind of, like, I normally try to do these in alphabetical, in DMC order. But when I do my kit ups with Elizabeth Ward, if I'm doing bottle cases, I'll do DMC order. With my Elizabeth Ward, because it's modular and I have all the different sizes, I kind of picked out what I need for what. So I have two colors that I have two bags of, 310 and 3371. So what I'm thinking, let me cut these out first. So I need 310. So there's my 310 sticker, and then I need 3371. Okay, that one's already been cut, so I just need the sticker for that one. What I'm thinking is I was going to put them in these big ones, but I don't think I need to. I think they will fit in this size, so I'm going to try and put them in there, and we'll see how I do. So 3371. Let's see if I can get both bags in here. I always have a moment of panic when I'm doing this. I'm like, oh no, did I just pour the wrong one in there? Okay, so that does fit in this small size, so that's good. So I don't need to use any of these big sizes. So I'm going to set those aside, and then I need another one this size for my two bags of 310. So let me get that sticker put on there. And this bag cracks me up. Look at all these drills that got caught in between where they did the ceiling. Like I said, I think this is one of my oldest kits. I'm kind of curious to see what the black drills are like. Because, you know, sometimes these black drills, especially in older kits, can be really trashy. So crossing my fingers, that's not the case. Okay, so that's the two colors that have the most drills in them. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to the next batch and we'll see which ones I need. So 301, and I lied, I have two bags of 648. So let me find 648, and I'm again going to use this size because I have two bags. And then I will be done with the ones that have two bags of color, two bags of drills, not two bags of color. You guys know what I meant. Okay. Yes, so those are definitely fitting in there. And this one I have an AB for, although I meant to look at it. I have a bag of pixie dust, and they're quite a bit lighter. So I don't know if I'll substitute those or not, because I would need to do it one for one to make it not look weird. So this is going to be a maybe substitution, but we'll see. Okay, so I need 301 just from here. I need 400. See, this is where it gets tricky. I have to be careful where I'm putting these because I'm going to lose some of them if I'm not careful, which is why I should have done it the other way so that I had them all. All right, then I need 904. Okay, all the rest of these are going to be ones I can just peel off, so I don't need to cut them. Okay. And these I'm going to try and put in this size. Some of these bags are kind of full, so I don't know if they're all going to fit. I may have to bump up to the next size bigger, but I'm going to try it and we'll see. I've said many times before when I use my Elizabeth Ward trays that I want all of the drills to fit nicely. Ooh, that does. So that they're all in one tray. So that way I just have my little nice rainbow of colors that I can look at in the tray, and also everything is together, especially now that I have kits in different places. I don't know if this is going to turn out to be an upstairs or a downstairs kit, but either way, then all of my drills are all in one place, in one container at least. We'll see if I need more of this size, this particular size, or if I need to go grab some of that size from another Elizabeth Ward tray. Okay, I need number 904, and then I think all the rest of them. I thought this one was one of the peel off ones, but nope, I had to cut this one apart. I'm going to have all these tiny little stickers floating around until I get done. As long as it all gets done. I can't tell you how excited I am that this is a round kit. I thought for sure this was a square kit. I think just because my other two Spanglers were square that I've done. Well, I guess, wait, let me think. How many Spanglers have I done? I did Sunday Delight, which was the square. That was the newest one, I think. And I did the Firefly Fireworks, but that one was a round. That one I did a couple of years ago because it was at that time my oldest kit. I think this is my oldest one now. Maybe not. It might be a different Spangler that's my oldest. I can't remember. I'm so happy these are fitting in this size. All right, 3024 and 3607. So see, I can just peel these off instead of having to cut them and figure out where they're going to go. It looks like I'm going to be using a lot of these small sizes and this size, which I have plenty of, so it's no big deal, but I may need to go grab some more of them. But at least they're all fitting in this size, because this is a new enough kit that Diamond Art Club, instead of doing everything in DMC order, had started organizing everything by quantity of drills. I don't know why they made that change. I don't know if it makes it easier for the manufacturing process or what. All right, now let's see. Okay, so 150 and 300. So let me cut these stickers apart. All right, I need some more. I'm gonna put these in this size again. It probably won't fill them all up, but I don't want to waste all of the small tiny ones on these because I have plenty of these anyway. So we'll just see how it goes. I may change my mind halfway through. Who knows? It's my prerogative, right? To change my, as Bobby Brown would say. I just dated myself there, didn't I? All right, and then this one is 30. No, this is 300. I was trying to say this is 301, but I already did 301. I was going to continue doing all of this size container, this amount of drills, but maybe I should start doing some of those first. I'm going to change my mind and do that. So 334 happens to be the one laying right here, and it is the one that I'm supposed to do next. So let me do that. Nope, I don't want it in that size. I want it in these little sizes. And then if I need to go get some more of these little ones, I can. Because there just isn't enough drills in some of these. I feel bad putting them in these larger containers when that's all the drills that are in there. All right, where am I at? Number 10. So I'm going to have 498 floating around till I decide if it's going to go in the smallest ones. So I need 550. And then I need 646. There's 647. All right, so let me get this one peeled off. Okay. And then 646. I don't know. I should have counted them to see if I'm going to have enough just from this one tray to do all of these. I don't think I am. So I may need to go grab some of the smaller ones anyway. All right, then I need 779 is the next one. So I need to cut this 718 off because I don't need that one yet. I'm trying to keep them in order over here. So I need 779. I need 820. Where's 820? Okay, let me keep those in order. Here's 820. And I need 823. Whoops. That's funny. It fell just down in there. Okay. So let me pull some of these over. Okay, so I've got all those on. So 779. And this kit, I think, had 50 colors. So not a ton of colors, but a lot of them do not have very many drills. Now, 820 is one. I do have ABs for 820. So I have pulled those out, and I could match those one for one, could sub them if I wanted to. So I probably will do that. I did not pull out my ABs for 310 or 939 or 3371. As you guys know, I've said many times, I don't like using the ABs for those dark colors, except in certain circumstances, because you want those colors to fade into the background, because they're usually dark shadow colors and they don't fade into the background if you, a couple of stowaways in there, if you make them ABs. All right, so I've got 4 of these left. Which ones do I need to do? 898, 907. Okay, I've got my stickers on for these next ones, and then that will be all of my small containers. So I will need to go scare up some more from another tray. because I still have about 8 of the very small number of drill packages. And then I have all these other ones that I probably could fit in these small ones. We'll see what my tray looks like to see if I want to do that. I was just thinking, I don't know why I end up with a lot of these kits that have all these colors but a very small number of drills, but it's probably because I like those confetti heavy kits. So that tends to mean if it's confetti heavy that you have a lot of different colors with small amounts of drills. All right, let me go get some more of the smaller containers and I will be right back. All right, so you can see 2 of these here are ones that I've got ABs for. So here's 3325. I've got ABs and I also pulled pixie dust. However, you can see those are 2 different colors. This one matches this one better, even though it's not exact. So I will put the pixie dust aside and I will just use my ABs. And since there aren't very many of these, I can just use my AB drills and do a complete 1-for-1 substitution, since there's not very many. So that will be fun. I really thought this kit would have static, but I'm so glad it doesn't. Okay, and then 3609, I've got some ABs. You can see they're a little bit lighter, but that's okay. I don't know if I have enough of these to do a 1-to-1, but even if I just sprinkle some of them in, that will be fun. So I'm going to use those. I didn't have a ton of ABs to add to this one. I usually have more than just 2 or 3 to add, but that's one of the reasons that I don't like having more than one whip on the go at once, because what ends up happening is that I have ABs, but I've pulled them to work on one kit, and then, as you all know, there are similar colors in every single kit, but I've put my spare ABs with the kit I'm working on, and that means I don't know where they are when I go to look. Okay, here's another one. 3755. Here's the original drills and here's these. I should have enough to do 1-to-1, even though it's not exactly the same color. This one's more blue, this one's much paler. ABs are just more fun to add in, right? And then this one, 3770. Not a ton of drills, but at least they match better, so I don't know if I'll just sprinkle them in randomly or if I'll have enough to do a 1-to-1. We'll see. All right, 3772. So I've got this one and one more, and then I should be done with all the small quantity of drills. And I still have some of these small containers left, so I might do some of the small ones. Like for instance, 718 has less drills in it than this one, so I might put this one in the small container and this one in these larger ones. I'll just have to wait and see. I can always go pull some more of the very small ones if I want to, but sometimes I don't actually make a decision until I'm done and I'm kitting up. Okay, so I think that's all the ones that I had ABs pulled out to do. So I've got 5 of these small ones left. Let me see which ones have the least amount of drills. Actually, I think that's going to work out pretty good. Most of the rest of these over here, I think, even though I could put them in these smaller ones, I'm going to go ahead and put them in this size because I have plenty of room in the tray, and I'm just going to go from there. Slowly working my way through all the ones that I need to cut apart. All right, 498. I think I have an AB for this color, but I think it's with a different kit. So I'll just have to wait and see. I feel kind of guilty kitting this up because I don't even know if I'm going to have anything finished for the month of April. Right now it's looking like I'm not going to, but I'm going to apply myself over the next couple of days and see how far I can get. All right, these are my last 2 small ones, and then I can move on to, ooh, did those all fit in there? Yes, okay. Move on to this bigger size of container so that I can get everything kitted up. Although it looks like I may need to go get some more of these size as well. I think I have some right off here to the side, but we'll see. All right, so this 19 is this one. I still have some I need to cut apart. Ugh. All right, sorry about that, guys. Jump cut, because my next door neighbor is a bus driver. So he backs the bus into his driveway so he can just pull out in the morning, which is great, but means that that annoying beep, beep, beep that you hear when people are backing up large vehicles is right outside my window where I'm filming. It was annoying, so I thought I would save you guys from that. Okay, $8.95. Oh, I don't have too many colors left, so I don't need too many more containers. And these all have a bit more in them, so I'm not feeling too bad about putting them in these larger containers. Ooh, this one is very full. All right, I've got these 3 left, and then I'm going to need to go find some more of these smaller ones because all I have left from this tray is these big, large ones, and I don't want to use those because it just takes up too much space. All right, so just got these colors left. Oh, I thought I had the last one cut, but no, I need to cut this one. Okay, I've just got 2 of these, and then I'll have to go hunt down some more. I thought I had some extras in my little box that I brought over here, but I don't have enough extras apparently. All right, at least now all of these I can just peel off and stick, and I don't have to cut them anymore. I always forget about that when I'm using my Xyron. All right, let me go get, I need the last 3 for these colors. Let me go get that, clean up some of my trash, put some things away, and I'll be right back. Okay, let me get my last stickers on here. I just have these 3 colors left, and then I will show you my pretty tray, and I will be all kitted up and ready to go for my Spangler project this quarter, which I need to get started on. The way April has flown by, if I don't get started on it pretty soon, I'm not going to get it done. All right, so here is my pretty little tray. I've got my 3 ABs here that came with the kit. Then I've got all my extra ABs here that I'm going to be adding in. I've got my little sticker. I cut this out when I'm finished and put it in my logbook, but for now it's going to go underneath the tray so that I know which kit these drills are for. But lots of pretty colors in this one, and I'm going to add in some additional ABs. And even though my stickers were miscut, I could do it myself with my handy dandy little Xyron sticker maker. I will say these things are pretty easy to get a hold of. They come with red, where this is green, they come with a red one that says permanent. I've been told the permanent comes off. I don't know. The inserts, the refills are very hard to find though. They're almost always sold out, even the company itself. I haven't checked in a while, but I know last year I would wait and try and catch it when it was in stock so I could buy 2 or 3. And I think I bought 2 last time when I bought this one and then hadn't come across them again. But with the move and everything, I haven't looked. I'll have to look and see if I can get them here in Canada. All right, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.